he's second place at ones last week. But of course, it is also hysen and simpLe. This is one of the most difficult teams to hit defensively, especially when you're looking simpLe the other side. So I'm very curious to see how they go about this, but there is once again the cross showing back up and Raymond actually. So basically the same team core we saw Godly and Fozy leaning into at the start.
Yeah, Ted and Neeze have been running this as well. We've definitely been seeing Neeze on that cross. This is kind of a tale as old as time when it comes down to these players, though. It's like the new bloods versus the old bloods. simpLe and hysen have been around for a hot minute. Neeze has definitely been around, but he's kind of had these like pops of performance. And then Ted, of course, kind of this up-and-comer. He's still relatively young to the game.
Yeah, if we look at Neeze's like over the last year or two, a lot of us saw him like on the upswing for that graph of results. He's been looking really, really good. But you're still looking again at, like you said, hysen and simpLe. They've been around for a long time. Good defense to get around that recovery, actually, and that's going to be a big reversal that should have been essentially a stock for the blue team.
I think that was an exhausted recovery, too, from hysen, because it didn't have that much movement, but had just enough to tap the feet of Neeze and give them that slight stock lead.
Very, very dangerous stage also to start off. I just realized that here on Demon Island, this is only golden for simpLe, being able to fly across with Lance if he ever gets to it, but it doesn't seem like it's really needed. Ted doesn't really get challenged just because that was a free opportunity to put some damage on Neeze.
Yeah, they want to just keep stacking that damage up onto Neeze. I love the target swap there coming out from simpLe. He hit the side light and then immediately chase dodge turnaround, trying to get the counter punish. Oh, the stage spike off the angle from hysen, giving him another stock.
Duke, that is 2 stocks now that hysen essentially should have lost, and he didn't, and instead got them himself. He got the reversal on Neeze originally, now Neeze sitting at 1 stock, and Ted just barely missing that ground pound before, so hysen is playing phenomenal.
Yeah, things are falling apart for this blue team. They got that early lead, and they're just getting more as simpLe with the save.
Dude, he is going for the 3 stock. simpLe is right on top. It's like, no, I will hit my teammate and break him out of this combo anytime. hysen still somehow holding on to this first one. Finally disappears, but man, he got so much out of it.
Yeah, I mean, a credit to both hysen for his plays, but also simpLe for being there, getting those positional things to help keep his teammate alive.
So we said this is one of the most difficult teams defensively to deal with. They are always there to support each other, but there goes simpLe just sneaking right through, making sure he doesn't pay any focus at all to Ted's like, look, that's cute, you're over there, I'm gonna go try and help hysen, and instead they end up getting rid of Ted, both of them on their last stock now.
Yeah, they're very good at being like, you know what, we don't really need to finish off this stock of one of them as long as we're getting more damage onto the other one. And now Neeze is the one in that target position. He's got to be careful about where he positions.
They need a big capitalization here, and hysen, again, still refusing to go down to the Sair. hysen sneaking his way back on, avoiding multiple Sairs from Neeze there, and doesn't really commit because he immediately saw that simpLe was in a bad spot, so instead of going for recovery, he dropped down to go help him out.
Yeah, simpLe was definitely scrapping as well there. hysen does get past that down sig. Neeze, he's got to be careful, but hysen's going to fall everybody onto their final stocks. There's still a chance for this blue team to get this one back.
It's entirely on Neeze to clutch it out. He's definitely been doing a lot better over this last stock. He lost some early, but that side air is going to get rid of the first one. 2v1 situation right now. Rayman definitely one of the better characters to have in this spot, especially with those low sides on Demon Island. You can sneak out a D-Sig maybe, but you got to somehow get them apart from each other.
Yeah, it's going to be really hard to be in that position where you're on the corner and the other people are trying to get back up. But like you said, those D6 are very effective at covering corners if you can get them, but won't matter as a side air. Cleans it up. Game 1 goes the way of hysen and simpLe.
I feel like after what I just saw, this is one of the most difficult teams to win a 2v1 on. After early on, hysen was not losing his stock because of those saves, not only on his own self getting the reversals, but because of simpLe. So when you have a situation like this, there's no shot you hit one and the other isn't there to break it up. That happened many times throughout that game.
Yeah, I just love the way that they're able to kind of double cover. They both sat on that corner, but you saw one kind of jumping just in case that Ted tried to go for those high recoveries. And they're just holding down the corner. They're not over-aggressing. You're not seeing the one kind of dash, jump, ground pound, and hope and a prayer. Instead, they're just like, we'll whittle away and eventually win.
Yep, and that was also a game where I expect, when you go on Demon Island, I'm expecting to see Lance flourish, but it wasn't even necessary. 300 plus damage done on the axe. So the fact that you still have Lance available to be that problem is still there, but it wasn't even necessary for simpLe.
Now we're seeing Neeze make the swap over to the Tesca, the only one to play the Tesca in the 2v2 space so far today.
I mean, it did work out of the pocket pick last time it showed up in ones. It was able to get that W against Godly, and it is definitely a great setup tool to line up right for Ted.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting if he decides to go for some of those true combos, if he's got team combos to follow up with Ted, but it doesn't matter as he gets the edge guard with that ground pound.
Great job stalling it out to waiting. You have plenty of time there. Side air going to go ahead and line him up right into Ted. There's these team combos we were talking about.
Yeah, those horizontal sends, I'm expecting not too many of the chasing side airs to come out from Neeze just to pass over to Ted.
Already a much better position. They got rid of Hysen within a minute, and also they got rid of simpLe with 2 stocks essentially within a minute. So this is things are kind of derailing here for the red team.
Yeah, things getting pretty dire for this red team. Not even able to save anyone. Taking apart that parachute that Hysen has had.
It's crazy thinking about the fact that it's Ulgrim and Val you're doing this to as well. Like, this is not easy characters to knock out consistently, but these this Tezca swap has been phenomenal for Neeze. Looking for the side 6 sneak, the jump scare, if you will, which would have actually gotten rid of him.
Dude, also, like, Ted's blasters have been insane.
True.
Like,
he's just been picking apart simpLe. You can just hear those shots ring.
Actually, you are very correct. I've definitely not been giving enough credit to Ted throughout this whole game. A, he's still on his 3rd stock. B, the blaster sound effects have been going off the entirety of this match, usually being on accurate point. Does get reversed right there, but he did so much damage before he lost it.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a huge clutch moment if the red team can bring this one back. They need to basically not trade ever.
If they win, I don't think I have any will in me to believe that blue team wins game 3 if they come back from this. But it is possible because simpLe and Hysen do have that ability to do so. Right now, like, they are getting pieced up. they are getting, oh my god.
My
yeah,
god,
Neeze is piecing them up. Oh my god, yeah. So I don't think past this point, Duke, that we don't see the Tezca stay out.
The team combo, Downsig didn't do too much there, but just the fact that he was ready for that is just, he's ready. He's got these 2v2 combos on lock, and Hysen's right now just doing research.
Hysen is just trying to sneak through, get simple pokes, get some damage in. Tried to stall, and he got snatched out for it. Oh,
Yo,
but somehow, wait.
We take those. We take those.
Bro, no shot, right? No shot, right?
Just do that again like 3 more times. Totally
okay.
fine.
I was all of a sudden here for it. Like, come on, Hysen, I want to see it. So Tezca will absolutely be staying. If I see that character switched off, it's only because it gets, like, it does nothing at all in a game. That was not only that, but you mentioned it before, the blasters picked up a ton. He was always confirming off of Neeze. He was always positioning himself as well to do what the red team did. He broke up any type of pressure game they had on Neeze at any point because of how well his spacing was.
I think, like, rewatching that boots combo that happened on the left side from Neeze kind of indicated what happened that game, which is, like, Ted and Neeze split Acno and Blaze. They weren't able to be in position again. Or, sorry, not Acno and Blaze. What? I'm just reading the names at the bottom. simpLe and Hysen. They split simpLe and Hysen, and they weren't able to get those saves, right? Like, simpLe wasn't there to be that parachute for Hysen. And there you're seeing those blasters from Ted. 401 damage.
Not gonna lie, you made me scared for a second. Like, did we
a
miss a set?
I was like, wait, what?
Is my memory that bad? Did we have a whole set? But that was a complete shutdown of Blaze. Not only did Blaze get knocked out early twice.
simpLe.
Ah! See, now I'm doing it. Who was on it? simpLe. simpLe got shut down heavy to not only start off the game, but in general, post those 2 early knockouts too. He was not able to apply any damage. We're going to see a switch off away from Apocalypse. We're also going to see a switch away from Val. We're going to go to Hattori.
Yeah, not too surprised to see Hysen make the swap over to the Hattori. He's definitely had multiple character picks to play alongside simpLe. Definitely seen them play together for a hot minute here, so not too surprised to see.
Yeah, I think Hattori probably has the current winning record of most swap to character this weekend after a loss, and has also had a really good win ratio of when it's been swapped to. So the movement is king factor is played into it. I think he just wants to be able to get in faster to go hit Neeze when those combos get started.
Yo, and he's also able to rotate a little faster as the team combo comes out.
Ooh,
Keep it going, recovery. Not quite enough to finish off Neeze, but that's a lot of damage.
That's a message set right there, but piecing him up quite a bit, putting him all the way up into the red. One good recovery from Lance should do it, as you saw simpLe was hunting for it, but here's that win condition again. You said it before. They separated the 2 of them very well.
Whoa.
I love that move.
The side sig comes out from both of them. Ted almost got the handoff too. You saw him go for his own side sig, but it launched a little high there. simpLe not able to connect with that recovery, and Ted's going to clean up the stock.
He's still holding on to this first stock here as well after they were able to get to Ted early. Neeze just kind of positioning himself where it's like, good, go ahead, go for it. Go for a recovery, anything. I will punish you for it.
Yeah, Neeze has definitely been surviving on this Tezca. We saw that team combo, but finally that falling side air from hysen will clean it up, and you're seeing hysen go a little aggressive here. This could be trouble as simpLe hits his teammate with the dare, the side air to make it a trade at the very least.
Yeah, you're lucky that was a trade at best because that was starting to work pretty well for hysen, excuse me, Ted, to try and sneak one away, and it was simpLe who was able to at least get rid of him. Actually, this is a dead even game.
Yeah, this really was relying on simpLe not getting caught by the recovery, and he didn't because he was high in the sky, and he's definitely taking a little bit more damage than Neeze is.
Oh my god, I like the attempt there from Neeze to try to catch him drifting down, maybe burn a dodge, drift low. That stare won't be enough, but that does allow a 2v1. Try to catch him on the top, and he's going to be able to drift this way down, make sure he has the dare out just to try and keep him away. But, you know, blue team is actually doing a better job now, all of a sudden separating them too.
Yeah, red team might be looking for a KO here and maybe try to convert into a 1v2 combo real quick because simpLe taking a lot of damage. hysen needs to survive here. He's definitely the critical point.
Yeah, hysen on a very similar position at the moment. We're going to see one fall. This is now a 2v1 opportunity for them. They do not get to hysen, so that helps out, but hysen is taking a lot of damage.
Yeah, and now he's starting to play timid, sitting on that right side wall, waiting for his opportunity to come in, just taps his teammate on the head, and he eats a recovery for his damage.
Oh, getting, again, another solid three-piece onto simpLe, but that's going to be Neeze falling. This could be a big opportunity if they can get rid of Ted. If was the Sair jumping up, tries to go for recovery, but Neeze breaking it all up.
Man, that's a tough spot for hysen to be in there. You saw the handoff opportunity where simpLe hit the side air, and that recovery will eventually finish off hysen. And hysen was like, I want to survive. So he dodges through instead of just going for that turnaround side air.
Yeah, it's, oh, wait a minute. Oh, my God. That is going to be enough. Go ahead and get ready to get stressed if you're hysen and simpLe, because the swap over to Hattori, it looked good, but they still haven't had a complete answer to this Tezca pick from Neeze.
Yeah, one thing that's rough for this EU team of simpLe and hysen is like the last time we saw Neeze on this Tezca, it beat out Godly.
Yeah.
And then after that, the only thing that made him swap away from it was Machete being better at Tezca.
Yeah.
It's like, well, are you confident in your ability to out Tezca Neeze?
Also, what is this whole thing of, hey, you know, I thought Gauntlets are gone. You know, Gauntlets been doing just fine. That's what I'm saying. You know, the ones
still a great 2v2 weapon.
Yeah, they did fantastic job so far. I'm very curious to see what we're going to see now, because I don't really think we're going to see a character swap. I think the Hattori was doing just fine, and I'm wrong.
Yeah. I figured it would be a swap. Bryn definitely makes a lot of sense. The spear, like you said, the Hattori had these moments. I thought the sword was kind of the thing that was doing a little bit better for hysen, but overall, can't complain too much.
Very similar position. I thought that the sword on Val was looking better too, but maybe just wants that burst range. I think the thing is that simpLe was so good at breaking everything up with the axe before, and he still was, but it's hard to break up boots sometimes when they're going off, and he hasn't been able to get in to help as often.
Yeah, they really need to just find an answer to Neeze, but a downlight into the GCN Sig. It might work out for him as Neeze looking for the top of the map KO.
Trying to continue to chase, going to be put in a weird spot after that recovery, but that breakup with his teammate ends up stopping it. Sair will get them on the board once again.
Team combo again coming out from the blue team. Ted picks up the handoff, but simpLe's got some movement. The weapon toss makes it none.
Yeah, make sure he solidifies that, but a revenge KO right back there from hysen as well. hysen and simpLe trying to force that game 5 away from Ted and Neeze. There, my God, like, everybody's swinging, but nothing is happening. But the thing is it's so difficult. Like, these two teams, is he who strikes first will probably lose out, being the one to commit first, especially against someone like simpLe, who's always waiting.
Yo, but simpLe is getting a lot of hits here. hysen going aggressive again on that edge guard, throwing out that ground pound, got away with it, no punishes.
Still here on the lance. Looked like he was trying to hover over towards that axe to try and get that KO power to get rid of the blue team. Neeze chasing, but Neeze so focused on to, who was that? simpLe. hysen was able to go ahead and steal that stock.
hysen just hits the side light there, ends up backing away. No GC downlight attempted on the right side. It's going to be simpLe with the edge guard down air. They want that game 5.
Looking like it might happen right here. Neeze going deep off stage, look for a ground pound. Nothing really comes of it though. Nair punishes the dodge, and that's going to be a free side air. Gets more damage on him, but here comes Ted to get the help. He needed the help. He was getting caught.
Oh! Yo, but the hits hit They get the KOs. It's last stocks. This is the decider between a Game 5 or a podium.
You love to see it. It's extremely stressful for our parties involved right now, especially for Neeze, who's currently in a very awkward spot. There goes Ted to go block him, but here comes the ground pound. Neeze needs to try and get back. There's the save, but now Ted's off.
The pogo clashes out. Ted gets back safely. simpLe reads wrong and ends up hitting his teammate, but the N-Sig pickup, and now it's all left to Ted.
Perfect switch over from hysen immediately as soon as he saw it, and now that Ted is going to avoid him. You have to back off. Yes, tries to get a silent recovery or something going, but he's gonna have to dodge down, gets the nair. Very weird spot, but this is not undoable.
Man, if I'm ever in a plane crash, heaven forbid, I want simpLe with me because that man is a parachute. That sidelight just to stop that ground pound force that was hitting hysen, like just those minor moments. And then, of course, going back to that weapon toss from a previous set. Like, he is so good at keeping hysen alive.
I'm not gonna lie. Instead of just thinking of a normal parachute.
No, yeah, I want simpLe on my back.
Yeah, you said
I
that.
want simpLe on my back.
I'm thinking of like when Mario would turn himself into like a big balloon when he was floating with his. it's just him floating above you, holding it as a parachute. All right, well, he was able to come in and get that save, like you said, and that is exactly what you needed. As now you have saved your bracket life for at least one more attempt. It's Game 5.
Game 5. Either one of these teams, whoever wins, gets that podium, gets that top 3. Neeze already trying to play that edge guard, but hysen gets back.
Activate jump scare on cue, but it did not catch him. However, you still have to always be very wary of that, even at earlier damage windows, because it sends you far enough away to line up a free 2v1, but hysen getting a lot, but there's Ted once again, always there to try and help him out. Not enough, though, as it's going to be Neeze who falls first.
Yo, but the trade out as Ted does take down simpLe. hysen did a really good job just kind of walling out Neeze on that right side.
Right now, Ted is trying to find ground, and it's been a bit difficult to do so. Currently getting chased out by simpLe. Meanwhile, Neeze is doing his best to kind of separate hysen away from capitalizing once simpLe had him lined up.
Yeah, now it's the red team that is kind of splitting up this blue team. Neeze, again, going for these juggles. They're still hunting for that KO onto hysen.
Ooh, if Neeze was there to capitalize off that nair, it might have been good, but doesn't matter, though. They get rid of the 2 people who were sitting on the 3rd stock. Once again, very close game. Bad spot for simpLe, but weapon toss up does help him get out.
Yeah, give himself some protection there as Ted kind of committed to that ground pound.
This is simpLe is currently running for dear life, but that is the weapon I'd like to see in simpLe's hand as well. That even though the lance was looking good before, the axe was always what was breaking up. Granted, you need to go up there and break that up. Neeze is currently keeping hysen nowhere near the stage.
Yeah, I mean, Neeze was just juggling hysen in the sky. Every time hysen tried to get past, started eating those nairs and recoveries. hysen does manage to get back onto the stage. Recovery, not enough, will take down Ted.
That's going to be 1. Neutral Light's going to go ahead and send him off stage. Weapon toss does miss, but they still have access to the axe, so Neeze can't be very... He has to be very careful while he approaches. The Sarah action will just do it, but there goes simpLe as well. hysen sitting on 2 stocks, everyone else on 1.
Eyes on hysen. Can he turn this into a bigger lead for the red team? Down like ground pound from simpLe.
Very possible. hysen just trying to... I mean, the axe in hand does prevent them from just kind of rushing in recklessly. You don't want to take that straight hit damage from axe right now, as you see hysen's just swinging just for the sake of keeping them out.
And simpLe utilizing those weapon tosses in those edge guards, trying to keep himself alive. hysen going for those exhausted recoveries again.
He's looking for access to a weapon, does get it right now. Ted's gonna get boxed away. It's a free 2v1 onto Neeze, but they accidentally hit each other, breaking up what was almost a good 2v1.
Yeah, they got stacked up. hysen gonna fall. simpLe needs to survive the scramble here. He's starting to take some damage.
He's going for the chase. Recovery's gonna catch Ted though, and Ted's not gone just yet.
Fadeaway dare from simpLe. He's just trying to hold on. Neeze with the turnaround, the dare from simpLe.
Red team starting to hit each other a little bit more often than they would like. That's yet another one. That's going to be a lineup that doesn't get the knockout onto simpLe, though. simpLe sneaks his way back on, still not gone just yet.
Recovery, not enough. So many people in the red.
This is mistake territory for everyone except for hysen. Hysen gets the Sarah, though. That's going to be the closeout as they stop them. They get the W. hysen and simpLe take that trip right back to the podium that you would expect to see them at, and stopping this incredible run from Ted and Neeze, but it was by no means not possible. It might have gone the other way. That was so close all the way down to the end.
Yeah, that absolutely could have gone either direction. We saw the double recovery from hysen that got both blue team members. I really feel like that was the pivot point. That was when the red team was like, all right, we kind of got this. And I love this final play from hysen, right? He hits the cider, goes for a weapon toss to the left because he's already thinking about his opponent, ends up being a neutralite that catches him, and simple's there with that jump cider to finish.
Yes, and hysen, even with all the trade-offs they had at the end, hysen really picked it up. You see that damage spread across there. I believe it was over 600 in total for hysen. On both weapons, it didn't really matter. He was right in the fray, saving them, but that's those two small graphs on the blue team right there. Those early KOs they were able to find really made the big difference. They got really, really close to them having a big lead, but because of those early KOs that happened, that kind of shifted things away. It didn't allow them to build on that lead they were looking for. And I believe you mentioned it around stock 2, red team started separating them again. That's exactly how they were succeeding back in game 1. They were able to find that once again, granted not so much on the last stock, but they were able to find it to force that game 5.
And now